The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Fighting through at the 25. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. First carry here for Ken Walker. They'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28. Hey, look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
2nd and 9 now. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks. Charles, that's a route that you and I have seen time and time again in our years up in this booth, and that executed well and a great throw, too.
And sometimes, even if you know it's coming, the execution will trump whatever you do on the defensive side of the ball. Plus, it was a well-thrown football. A nice, healthy gain right there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Hodges. So no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Seahawks in trouble to start play, 6 and 8 on the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. Down the sideline he goes. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
A try here for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Clemson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Shipley. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Straight ahead, Shipley. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. Now, I think they're just a product of trying to buy themselves 5 extra yards.
And they want to help their punter out, right? Help with the angle, trying to pin the ball deep. That's exactly what they did there.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. And how about this, a fake? Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Well, sometimes the fake punts work out. They're fun, and you're so smart for doing it. And sometimes, Charles, what happens is an epic fail, and what we just saw was an epic fail.
And you're right about that, because the key here is the element of surprise. You have to catch a defense completely unaware that this might happen, this might occur. Unfortunately, somehow they tipped it off, or they were just well coached and on their toes.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this defense for the Vikings. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but if they have any hopes of making waves in January, they've got to improve in this area.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Go. Now this time he'll look to throw. Finding Walker, complete. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Ken Walker, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So a nice touchdown pass for the rookie there. And, you know, as they go down the stretch, look, they're not a playoff team. This is just confidence building and growth time for him, right?
Yeah, it's a game within the game, isn't it? Because every team wants to win all games on their schedule. But the development of this rookie quarterback is paramount for this team. So you're exactly right. Every rep, doesn't matter what the game, what the situation, what the score, valuable for him, valuable for his team as they look towards next year.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. In motion, the tight end. On play action, McCarthy. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Trey Palmer, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Vikings have cut it back within a score. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Escaping a tackler at the 25. And he'll weave all the way up to just a few yards shy of midfield. A great return.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. The
Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now from Seattle, and it is the Seahawks with the football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A give for Walker running right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 75 yards rushing for him, as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. And we constantly talk about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
So out now is the Seattle field goal team. This one from 48 yards away. And this is going to be no good. He misses it off to the left, and this will remain a one-touchdown game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as they used to be, huh?
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
From the 41, this is second and a yard. On play action, now McCarthy. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Riq Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow, knocked him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Ready?
Second and 11. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Ready, ready.
From the gun on third down. Travis working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Go.
Back to throw. Travis. Claypool with another catch. Down the right sideline. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Chase Claypool with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, Those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now another shot here at the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. This ball complete to Trey Palmer.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Trey Palmer.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Vikings get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Escapes the defender.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing to start the drive. Travis.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Go!
Looking to throw. Travis. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Let's go now.
In motion right, that's Claypool. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass.
And he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On the handoff, it's Shipley.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
73 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Here's McCarthy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Off play action. Travis. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Okay, ready?
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Ready? Riggs. Ready?
Up the middle, here's Walker.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Third and 8.
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give them 32 on the play.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season.
And the Seahawks are able to add on to that lead.
Point after here coming up. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Pushing his way through.
And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A run on 1st down with Shipley.
Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Motion man is Schwartz. McCarthy off the play fake. That's caught downfield by Addison. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
A big play there for Minnesota. 57 yards.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They'll give it to Shipley.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Will Shipley.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Vikings are back within a score.
Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fighting his way through contact.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. Go.
Here's Walker to start the drive.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
This is 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Travis. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Here we go, sack.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Sack. Bronco 80.
In motion is Chenault. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Well, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line.
It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Shipley. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Now Shipley again.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Here now at 3rd down and 8.
Cowboy 80.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Now McCarthy. That is incomplete.
Well, I think we were both wondering if we were going to see them try and push it deep downfield, facing a 1-possession deficit late, and they certainly didn't disappoint. They gave it an effort.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
They'll run. Here's Shipley. 109 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On the run is Shipley.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
And it's caught.
And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here we go, 1st and goal. Shipley.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. Here's Shipley.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Will Shipley.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35.
This is 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Go!
Off the play fake. Travis.
He's got Claypool.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here comes 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Travis.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
60 Eagle.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Here we go. Set. Go.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Well, the elements, the crowd, the situation, this is NFL football at its best. Here's third down.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
Oh, I know it goes against the grain here. It totally goes against it, but you've got to drop the ball in that situation. He makes a catch, but he loses yards and doesn't get out of bounds.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Where will the pressure come from? 4th and 6 now.
Sack! Ready.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And we have free football. Overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So the Vikings going to get the first chance to possess the football as we are back underway here in overtime.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving.
Got it. Ready? Set, go.
Throwing is McCarthy.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
Brandon Smith.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on second down. To the air with McCarthy.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. And the Seahawks are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better, could they? A takeaway on defense. Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goal, they don't care. Just find a way to win it. Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And Metcalf going to have the Seahawks first down as he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
On the jump. Get it. Go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Ready.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Ready.
Now Cunningham. Hard throw, incomplete.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now here's Michael Dixon on for a very important punt here in overtime. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, this is a pretty rare situation here, Charles. You get into overtime, neither team coming through with even a field goal on their first drive. So now, sudden death with the time remaining. Next score wins.
And now I would say that going at it might be a little bit easier for both teams now because they've eased into overtime. That first series, boy, everything on the line then. Now you've seen what a defense is thrown at you. You can make some adjustments. And all you need is 3 points to win it.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Off-play action. McCarthy, he'll buy some time right. Oh, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal coming back the other way.
Running right, here's Walker. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Let's go now.
2nd and 10.
Cowboy 80.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. Now a timeout called for by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
So this is certainly a tough test here in the early career of the rookie kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And they'll be celebrating in Pioneer Square tonight. The Seahawks have won the game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Seahawks,
their hopes of finishing above 500 stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year.
And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to